morning. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. We have made it to the weekend. We are here to talk some NFL football. Don't even get me started on last night. Can someone tell me what that was? What did I witness on the field last night? Does anyone know? Because first of all, I checked the weather forecast multiple times and it said light rain at various portions of the game. Light rain at various portions of the game. Instead, there's just monsoon like rainforest rain for an entire half. What was that, Nathan? Yeah, what that was if there's ever been a Vegas jobbing, it was that last night. What was that? Like on top of there just being this like extreme rain, I would have loved to know that the team that we picked has guys just Antonio Brown quitting in the middle of the game. Like what is that? I would have loved to know that we had such turmoil on our team that guys are just gonna quit in the middle of the game. What the heck was that? That was the worst. Not only was that the worst game I've ever watched, just a football game, that was like the worst bet I think I've ever made. Like, oh my God, that was bad. What a disgrace. Unbelievable. I haven't like went to bed like angry in a while. I was just like physically angry. That was a disturbing performance. Like we talked about it yesterday. The Niners, they really didn't have a chance to make the playoffs, even if they, you know, even if they won that game. But I mean, there's still a chance if you win that. Like that's what you do. That's the effort you put out with your season on the line. Just truly disturbing. I don't know. That annoyed me more than I've been annoyed in quite some time. That was deeply disturbing by the 49ers. And for anyone that had, luckily, I don't have Cooper Kupp really on any of my playoff teams. I don't think if you had Cooper Kupp in the playoffs, I mean, GG's, right? Guy just gets you a flat zero. What was that? That was the weirdest game I've ever seen. How does he get zero in the first week of the fantasy playoffs? Like, I don't know what his I don't know what his underdog advance rate was, but it had to be pretty decent. And you're just like dead on arrival. You just got you a zero. If you're in a traditional league where you have to set your lineup, you're done if you have Cooper Kupp. It's really, really hard to overcome a zero. And of course, in my $300 league, I'm playing against Puka instead of Kupp. Like, of course, I couldn't go against Cooper Kupp, right? I had to go against Puka. Like, that's just how it always works. I'm looking at the matchups right now. Let's see. I don't know if Kupp. I don't know. I mean, Puka, he had 17 in this league. I guess that's he was projected 19, so he underperformed. Could have been worse. I saw one person on Twitter had a no touchdown ticket. Absolutely insane. Should have live bet that during that rain, to be honest. All right, I'm over it. Like I said, haven't gone to bed angry in a while. That was just disturbing. If you tailed, apologies. I mean, I'm hurting as much as you are. Trust me on that. So we'll put that behind us. Let's focus. Let's get the loss out of the way. Right, that's good. Get the loss out of the way on Thursday. Let's head into Sunday with a nice, clear and open mind. I did want to mention Army Navy is tomorrow. Don't know if I'm gonna bet it. I really wanted. I kicking myself because I was like I'm gonna bet that 3.5 for Army. Kind of forgot about it, and then it moved to 6.5. I don't know if I'm gonna bet. Might look to live bet or something. We'll see. But stay tuned for that. Might throw a bet in. There's also one bowl game tomorrow night. Don't know if I'm gonna bet that either. So we'll see more on that over the weekend. Let's dive in here to the Sunday football slate. We've got some good games. So I made a TikTok last night. The big games for me are number one, obviously Detroit Buffalo, 54.5 total. Lions are -2.5 at home. Should be game of the year contender, I would say. I think it's crazy. The Lions have been in all these game of the year contenders. Lions Packers was really good a couple weeks ago. And then Bills Rams was very good last week. So this could be a game of the year contender here if it goes how it should and the total's high. Seattle Green Bay I think is a great game. Like I said, I think this is the third and fourth best teams in the NFC. Potential playoff preview. Seattle 2.5-point dogs at home. And then Steelers Eagles is good. Eagles are -5.5 at home. Colts Broncos actually is a very good game. I didn't mention that in the video, but that's a huge game for AFC playoffs. Let's look here. Broncos are holding on to that 7th seed. Colts are right behind them. And the Broncos are 8-5. Colts are 6-7. So Colts really, really need a win here, especially over the team that's in front of them. That would be huge. So really big game there. Broncos Colts. Broncos are -3.5 at home. Pretty low total. They're 44.5. And then Buccaneers Chargers is pretty good. The Ravens are -16.5. What what is that? I thought it was like 14.5. Oh my Lord. What's the biggest NFL spread ever in a game? I'm curious. Let's see here. Oh my God. 2013, the Jags were +26.5 against the Broncos. That's insane. In 2007, the Eagles were +24. Okay, there's a bunch of 20-point spreads. That's crazy. In the NFL, 2019, I don't know if I remember this. Dolphins were +22. 2019 Jets were +20.5 against the Patriots. I don't know if I remember that. I guess. I don't know. Maybe I do. 16.5 is crazy, though. Okay. All right. I'm going to go game by game here real quick. We'll run through all these. Number one, Commanders, Saints. Saints are +7.5 at home. They have Jake Haener at quarterback. Should be another heavy game for Alvin Kamara. Obviously, I think Washington wins this game, but not really looking to lay 7.5 on the road, I don't think. Saints team total is only 16.5, which is pretty low even for a backup quarterback. But, I mean, they are pretty banged up on offense. I don't really love anything here. I like Brian Robinson a little bit. Saints' run defense has slipped at times this season. So I think Brian Robinson could have a good day. His props at 73.5, -120 to score a touchdown, it looks like. So he's probably my favorite player from this game. Pretty interesting that Kendre Miller and Alvin Kamara have the same odds to score a touchdown, +100. That's pretty crazy. I don't know if Keaton's in here, but he liked that Juwan Johnson touchdown last week. Maybe he's running that back. He did score last week. Bengals Titans, 46.5 total. Oh man, good spot for the Titans. I just can't do it with this Titans team anymore. Like I got so burnt out from them earlier in the season. It's just like I don't know if I can do it. It is a good spot for Will Levis here. Passing props at 211.5. You've been able to pass all over Cincinnati recently. Yeah, I just don't know if I can do it with this Titans team, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Bengals, I mean, their pass defense has arguably been the worst in the NFL. Cooper Rush threw for 2 touchdowns against them. Will Levis is almost plus 150 for over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think that's a little bit interesting. It's a good spot for Calvin Ridley again, but he really let me down last week. So I don't know if I want to go back to that. It's a good spot overall for the Titans passing game. I just don't know if I can bring myself to do it. We kind of know the story with Cincy at this point. I could see T. Higgins having a bigger game because he didn't really do much against Dallas. Ja'Marr Chase has been crushing. I think you can go back to some of these, like similar to the Browns, like some same game parlays with Bengals stuff, taking Burrow for like 250 passing yards and then Chase 50, Higgins 40 or something along like some combination like that has been doing pretty good. I bet this the other night. Joe Burrow's he was at 36.5 the other night. He's at 37.5 in this game for pass attempts. He has been destroying this number. I think he's hit that in 6 straight games. Let me pull his game log up. They've gone since they've had Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins healthy. They've gone really pass heavy. If we look at his last game, so he had 44, 38, 50, 56, 39. So 1, 2, 3. So he's hit his last 5, and then it would be 6 in a row, but that one was a 37 on the number in a loss against the Eagles. But he's been hitting that, 38 pass attempt total 5 games in a row. So I think you can definitely go back to the over there. You get plus money on the over. I like that. Especially in like a decent total game here, 46.5 should be some scoring. The Bengals are favorites, but do you really trust the Bengals to like play from ahead? Not really, given how they've played. So Joe Burrow over 37.5 pass attempts looks really good to me again. I will be betting that. Texans Dolphins is a pretty good game. Texans are minus 2.5 at home. This is I've kind of gone back and forth on this game. I think I like Houston, but Tua has been absolutely cooking since he came back. He's top 6 or 7, I think, EPA per play since he came back from his concussion. I will say, though, Tua's kind of one of those guys that it's almost like Baker Mayfield has silenced those concerns, but in the last few years, Baker was like not good under pressure, good from a clean pocket. He's been better under pressure this season, so credit to him for that. Tua kind of falls along those lines as well. Like he's really good from a clean pocket, kind of struggles a little bit more under pressure, and Houston's very good at getting pressure. Let me pull up the numbers here. I know they're like near the top in like they're like top 10 in pressure percentage. I think they're top 5 in pass rush win rate on PFF. So they're pretty good at getting pressure. Tua struggles under pressure. Houston's at home. I kind of like Houston in this one, but I probably won't play a side of the game. I'm going to bet Nico Collins touchdown again, though, because I've bet it the last 2 games, one of which he had a touchdown called back. Or maybe it was 3. I don't know. He scored one of the times I've bet it. I think I bet it 3 times in a row. He scored once. Once he scored and had a called back. So I'll be on Nico touchdown again here for what it's worth. Chiefs Browns. I mean, the Chiefs are winning this game. The Browns could cover, I guess, because the Chiefs just, I don't even know. Even the Chiefs are so bad against the spread that even Adam Schefter tweets about how bad they are against the spread. Like when Adam Schefter's tweeting about how bad you are against the spread, like it's a dire situation. So I don't know. The Browns could cover if you want to do like I've seen tons of people on Twitter talking about this. Like take the Browns to cover and the Chiefs to win. It's like a 5-1 parlay. You know, you could do that, whatever. You can go back to the Winston same game parlays though would be my main look in this game. 200 yards. I'll make one right now. 200 passing yards. Browns receiving props aren't up, so I can't do it actually. But if you did Winston 200 yards and like Judy 50 yards, Elijah Moore 25 yards or something, like you'll probably get plus 130, plus 140 on that. No David Njoku though for the Browns hurts their overall passing game. Helps the receivers though for sure because Njoku does see a high target share, so that kind of opens things up. He's also a big red zone target as well, so that could kind of open things up for like an Elijah Moore. I don't really know. I really wouldn't trust any of the backup tight ends. They do have Akins. They have like Whiteheart. I don't think I'd really look at those guys. Elijah Moore is someone that could like sneakily get involved in the red zone. They run like some of those like Kansas City Chiefs like plays, like where he comes in motion and then goes back out. I don't know. I could see it. I might bet Elijah Moore anytime touchdown maybe for my pick from there. Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown is probably my favorite on the board though. I know Pacheco's back, but dude, you're getting almost 3-1. I could definitely see the Chiefs are like one of the only teams that I feel like buy into narratives. I could most certainly see them letting Kareem Hunt score against the Browns. Almost 3-1 for an anytime. Sign me up for that. I am very interested. One of my favorite touchdown plays on the board this week. And since Pacheco's back, you actually get decent odds on it. Cowboys, Panthers, this game is just so bad. Panthers are favored. I mean, Adam Thielen, 52.5 yards. I think Coker might be coming back, though. I don't know. I'll probably avoid this game altogether. I would lean Panthers to win, though, weirdly enough. Jets, Jags, another game. This game sucks also. Probably won't be on much here. Brian Thomas Jr. I could see Brian Thomas Jr. having a big game here. Like with how the Jets play their defense and their outside corners have been getting cooked. I could see Brian Thomas Jr. getting open for a couple long ones here. Evan Ingram is out as well, tore his labrum. So that just loosens things even further. So if I was looking for anything here, it might even be like a long reception for Brian Thomas Jr., but pretty high number, 25.5. I think he could easily catch at least one long one, though. Won't be betting a side of that game, I don't think. Ravens, Giants, I'm not laying 16.5, but I want to bet on Lamar rushing here. If you guys remember that post-game kind of interview that he gave after they lost their last game before the bye week, and he said like his mom yelled at him and all that stuff about passing up on running lanes. 42.5 is his prop. I'll probably alt this up a little bit. Like 50 plus is plus 125, and then I might do like a 70 plus or an 80 plus 6-1. Might do that. Looking for a big Lamar game here. Obviously, anytime touchdown. He's plus 175. Sign me up for that as well. Yeah, big Lamar spot. I think I'll be really in on Lamar for DFS this week. Haven't played him a ton this year. Only a couple slates, I think, but this will be one of the weeks that I play Lamar, I think, in DFS. Gotta lean Broncos in the Broncos Colts game, but I'm gonna root for the Colts here just because I want playoff chaos, right? I don't want the AFC to be completely set in week 16. I would like some sort of a chaos situation in week 17, week 18. So I'm gonna root for the Colts here. Probably won't bet a side of the game though. Trey McBride, we have to bet him again. I said I'm betting this every week until it hits. Plus 175 and 10-1 for a first touchdown. I'll be playing both of those. Come on, Trey. This is the week, baby. You dropped one last week. This is the week. Trey McBride is getting in that end zone. Chargers Bucks. There's no props up on FanDuel for this, so I can't talk about it. But I'll be interested in Mike Evans receiving yards. Same thing we've been talking about the last few weeks. He only had like 70 last week, or 50. I can't remember. He had a low total. He needs to get more this week, so hopefully they can get him going. Also, like Stone Smart for a touchdown bet. I don't even have touchdown odds up, so I don't know what his is. But, I mean, he had 50 yards last week after Disley went out. Greg Roman gave some positive talk about Stone Smart to the media, like he's going to chip in the play action game. And their receivers are so bad outside of Lad McConkey that he could certainly have like a decent game. So Stone Smart, anytime touchdown might be on my card. We'll see. Eagles, Steelers. Yeah, I'm just not really looking for anything here. If you wanted to do Freiermuth, I think you could do that. Assuming George Pickens doesn't play, I think Freiermuth would be a good look for a touchdown. He scored last week, so you could talk me into that. But yeah, not a ton of interest in that. Good real life game, but with how run heavy the Eagles have been, really don't want to mess around with that. Bills Lions. What? Someone in the chat, let me know. What do you think? Bills Lions. Who's winning this game? I want to take the Bills. But the Lions, I mean, they just cover every game. It's insane. I know they did. We bet against them. We took the Packers plus 3.5 in that last game. And the Packers did cover. But they kind of had that mini bye to get ready and get a little bit more healthy. I'll have to look at the injury report. I kind of want to take the Bills. This would be such like an MVP ceiling moment for Josh Allen if he goes into Detroit and beats them. So I kind of want to be on Buffalo here, or at least some like Josh Allen stuff. But he also went crazy last week, so it would be par for the course for him to have a somewhat of a rougher game this week. We'll see, though. I like Seattle over Green Bay. I'm going to keep riding Seattle. I've been riding them consistently. No one else seems to want them. If I had to guess, Green Bay is pretty public here. Let me look. Yeah, Green Bay, 65% of the spread tickets, 77% of the money line. Give me Seattle. I'm going to take them spread and money line. I'll probably buy them to 3 for the spread and then take money line. But I like Seattle here. I'm going to pick them to upset the Packers. I've been riding them consistently, and I'm not going to stop. Really good defense. JSN's been coming into his own. Should be a good game. Give me the Seahawks in that one on Sunday night. And then Monday night, I'll save. There's 2 Monday night games randomly. So we'll save those, and we'll talk about those on the Monday stream. Overall, though, that's all the games. For sides, I like Houston over Miami. I like Seattle over Green Bay. And I want to bet the Bills, but not sure. For props, our Joe Burrow wagon over 37.5 pass attempts. I'm going to go back to that. Touchdowns, Kareem Hunt and Trey McBride. Probably my 2 favorites. Oh, and Lamar. So those 3, I think. Overall, though, I have some stuff I got to get to. So quicker stream today. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, you can tweet at me anytime. I won't be live tomorrow. It's Saturday, but I will be live Sunday before the games, answering any last-minute questions. Good luck this week. Good luck tonight with your bets. There's NBA tonight, too. So I'll be looking at that after the stream here. But good luck tonight. Good luck this weekend in your fantasy playoffs. I'll see y'all Sunday and Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody.